Hey everybody, welcome here. Another episode of Blue Eyes Minecraft. I wanted to show you something. This pyramid here, it started off as a world edit experiment right next to the TNT zone, and it actually turned out really nicely. Apart from totally crashing the server when it generated. So it's a hollow pyramid, and first thing I did was get in there and light it. So that was kind of fun just to play around with world edit a little bit and managed to get this cool light pattern with the torches. It was pretty dark. I had all kinds of things spawning inside, and then just got tired of things spawning, and so I added a whole bunch of glowstone. And then I added these guys in here. I thought maybe they could patrol around inside and defend, but they all hang out in this corner here, and sometimes they will watch creepers and other critters go right by them. Other times they respond well, so I'm not quite sure what triggers these guys to attack mobs. But I wanted to show you the entrance and just get down out of the sky here. So this is the entrance to my main base here, and all done with glowstone and whatnot. Okay, so coming down here, I get the alternating light patterns for this sort of great hall, and then this is the spawn point if you come to Blue Eyes base. I can hear a zombie and a skeleton, but I don't think they should be in here. So I finally learned that I can make dogs sit, and sitting dogs will actually respond to hostile mobs and attack them, and then go back to sitting. Excuse me. I sneeze there. So I'm not really happy with this space. I'm using it for storage, and so you can see these are all legit harvested. None of this stuff is world edit. Everything is earned in combat, etc. The problem is this looks like a bunch of graves, and it's just yucky. I don't like it. Anyways, so a bunch of fuel so we can do some smelting, and we can cook food and stuff like that. And then over here, let me just toss a melon on there. So we got a piston there, and we got oh, I guess I'm taking it back. We got a piston there, and we got a button over here, and so if you hit the button before you pick it up, then there's lava underneath there, so it's an incinerator. So that's good for getting rid of blocks that I accidentally pick up after breaking things that I've world edited, because I mean I didn't really earn those blocks. In here, it's kind of a tight space, which is still a little bit awkward, but I really liked Ethos' idea of an indoor forest on Ethos Labs. So I put trees in here, but then they were way too low. They were well, you couldn't even walk through here. So I put them on blocks, one high, and that worked really well. And then I planted pumpkins and melons in between them, added some water blocks, and a little bit of lighting, and these actually grow so much. So basically I can just run down here and punch melons and well, walk down here and punch melons and get all those. So we turned griefer ender griefing off on this server just because it was getting really annoying. The number of endermen who were active was often way higher than the number of players, so we'd spend all our time fixing their stupid griefs rather than building cool new stuff. So we sunk these these areas down here so we could have some pigs and some sheep. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get away from all the gaudy glowstone. I'd love to do like a big sun on the ceiling, sort of like one of those Spanish suns that's kind of creepy and smiling at you. I think that'd be fun with blue eyes. So I've got shears in here and getting wool from these noisy creatures, and that's working pretty good. One trick that I learned is to put the creatures in one block lower than your gate, and that really helps to contain them a little bit better because they have to jump up and get in the gate space at the same time. But when you have this many critters, if you come in carrying wheat, you're going to totally get mobbed by them. So I built this. Think of it as a loading dock. So of course it's only a half a block to get on top of the fence here, because fences are 1.5 blocks high, even though they look like one. Um, so basically, if you're luring some new creature on here with wheat, he'll come on here, and then you can just go over top of the fence and drop down, and the critter will just follow you right into the stockade. So this is getting kind of hard to move in here. So there's a critter containment trick for you. No, seriously, you need to back up. There we go. Yeah, scary cow. So I'm trying to replace the lighting with things that I actually find in the world. So I'm getting some jack-o'-lantern torches to replace some of the goldstone, and progressively making this more and more legit, even though the whole space really was worldedit to start. Which I don't mind. I mean, to me, worldedit is an effort multiplier. So I got to give total credit to Ethos for this next idea. This is instant kits. So I totally like this. The idea is if you're going on an adventure and you need something, you go forward, you step here, and yes, a bunch of dirt blocks attack you. But basically you'd be picking up arrows, you'd be picking up armor, you'd be picking up whatever you have your instant kit equipped to give you, so you could just step into there and be ready for your next adventure. So one of the things I did is I went back to some of the older builds and raided them for supplies like bookshelves and things. So I was able to sort of bring everything here and not invest as much time having to build absolutely everything, because I just sort of raided the old ores and things from my other builds, which I think is legit because I definitely earned that stuff in the old builds. This is a cane farm, so we've got water flowing here, 2 levels. So basically it flows from the middle, flows down here, and then there's another channel that brings it to the center here for collection. So I can just run down the middle here, and I can fall right off and destroy all my sugarcane. Let me try that again. I can run down the middle here and wonder where those spiders are that I can hear. And the zombie. Hopefully he's not in here with me. But that makes it pretty easy to harvest. I'm actually just going to fix that while I'm here. Because my intent was to harvest, not destroy. And, oh, way to use up the bow, Greg. By the way, this bow is a mob drop. I was very, very happy when the skeletons decided to give it to me. I didn't know you could get an enchanted bow as a mob drop, but that was pretty cool. I'd got some normal bows before, and then suddenly I had a purple one. Had to have a closer look at it and figure out what was going on there. So the other side is completely symmetrical, just matches the first side. And by just hitting that second block there, the second and third blocks of each sugar cane are coming off. And the first ones are going to stay and they're going to grow. They're going to grow because they're next to water. Oh, man. Okay. Okay, good thing I'm not driving tonight. My goodness. Just kidding. Maybe this is why I'm a cautious gamer. Gamers who are, coordinated can afford to be a little less cautious because they can react, but my reactions usually just get me in trouble. So anytime you drop into the water, it'll feed you down here. And because I use half steps, the water will actually push me back up the half step. So put myself in there, I pick up my drops, and then it pops me back out. So it's not popping the drops up, but it'll pop me up. So that's pretty nice. So you can see we picked up about 64 that time, or about that many, maybe more actually, unless I was carrying them before. Not sure. There's a mine entrance there. Some more faithful dogs. I just sort of spread them around and I sat them down. If you're working with crops, I totally recommend that you sit your dogs down. Otherwise, they have a tendency to run around on your crops and destroy your crops, which is really stupid. Because then you'll have to get a hoe and hoe all your ground and that. So I showed you in a previous video, I showed you the automatic harvesting wheat farm. So this is the same thing. It's just it's 2 levels. So basically the water is behind the pistons. You can see it, it's blue back there. And it comes up to here, falls over the edge and comes over the front. And then from either side I've just got water channels. and I just had to dig far enough back that the last block they'd go to is right there. And then those water channels bring everything to the center. So basically, if you stand in the center, everything will come to you. So this is just a switch, and there's just a passage down. Um, Here, I'll open it up for you. Down the hallway behind, so that you can see the redstone goes down there, and then I used repeaters to get it into the pistons. Exactly the same configuration as the last time. And yeah, so this one just is a little bit cooler. So turn it on. You can see the water coming. And you're just in a flood of wheat and seeds, and you can see those side channels are feeding right back to you. So everything is just legitimately harvested all at once, and nicely gathered here. Very little effort, very little lag. It's actually pretty smooth, so it's nice that way. And then you're close enough if you're on these scores that you just, like a magnet, you pretty much suck up all these items. As the last one doesn't get sucked up. Nice. I see what you're doing there. So one of them got hung up on the fence. So I'll turn that off and I can replant that now. But I wanted to show that to you. And then this is basically just okay. So this is just the mine I've got available here, and I wanted to show you something that I found. I was going halfway down to bedrock here, and I could just hear spiders like crazy down here. So I used the stereo headphones to figure out which way they were, and that actually works pretty good in Minecraft. And I came in here, and there were cactuses. No, just kidding. Yes, I added the cactuses. But there was a spider spawner in here, and so what I did is I poked a couple holes in the wall and put some water blocks in so that it would collect their drops a little more effectively. And I decided I'd just stay out here where I'd be in no danger of breaking that spawner, and I'd just poke it at spiders and accept the XP they wanted to give to me. So oh, I see what's going on. The sword has knockback, so it's actually knocking back all the XP. I'm pretty sure that's what's happening there. All the XP's winding up in the far corner, which is not exactly where I needed that. Let's see. Let's try like a plain old iron sword. There, now I'm getting drops. Now I'm getting XP. So I find you have to actually hit the spiders at least once to get the XP. Otherwise, I guess the cactus gets the XP or something like that. So just some space back here, and then I just hammered out a block there and put the water block there, and that allowed the water to drain this way. And good, we lured some XP to come. Cowbow XP. There we go. It started to spawn again. Yeah, so it's, oh, he's actually pushing me right through the cactus. I understand in the next update 1.3 that Jeb's really fixed mob glitching a lot, so I'm excited about that because there's so much glitchy mob behavior with things popping through walls and ceilings, and I don't know, it freaks me out to see these things walking through the ceiling when they're not supposed to be. Of course you're there. See, he wasn't really there. I don't know. Do you guys ever find you can't get out of water? I find that. I don't know if it's just flowing water or what, but I found a few times I just can't get out of water, and it's not a height restriction thing. It's maybe it's calculating the wrong block as being over my head or something like that, but I don't know. I've noticed that a few times in 1.2.5. Maybe that's something that's going to get fixed. That'd be great. So, anyways, here's the spider spawner XP farm. Really low effort XP farm. I see I just got like a cactus drop off of that. It must have grown as I was whacking at the spider and then fallen off because that block's there. Of course, you can't have any blocks adjacent to a cactus or it'll fall off. So, yeah. The last thing I want to do is knock the cactus down here. So, anyways. Good. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for what I can do to make Blue Eyes base a little more awesome. I'd love to hear them in the comments. Gonna try and put out at least one video a week for you guys, and just really appreciate the suggestions that you have for how I could be doing things better. And cool. Take care. Have a great day. Cheers. Actually, before I go, I wanted to show you one more thing that I found with weed farming that I think you find interesting. I'm just going to use Zombies Fly mod to look at the wheat and go as high as I can. So you'll notice on the left side I've managed to plant, and on the right side the ground's all got untilled again, and you can actually see that process continuing to take place there. The only difference that I can see is on the left side I've got these water blocks hidden off. See that blue there and there? So somehow those water blocks are affecting this this tilled earth and keeping it tilled. Whereas on this side I wasn't able to put those water blocks in because of the redstone. I didn't leave room for it. So basically on that side it's getting all untilled again. So I thought I'd point that out. If you're able to locate a water block near to your farm, even if it's buried in a wall, that's going to help you not have to till that ground again and again and again, which personally I find very annoying. So I think what I might do is I might actually just go ahead and, yeah, I tried the fence thing. That doesn't work anymore, does it? No. I think I might put a water block under there and see how that affects these guys and allows them to stay untilled. So why don't I do that? I can pick one up here because I have a never-ending supply here. If I had a bucket. Anyways, so I showed you what I found. I'll go take care of that, and next time you see this, hopefully I won't have to till this side as well. Okay, cheers. Take care.